Hello everyone. Okay, I want to try something different today. Since YouTube's cut my revenue and I'm not going to bother covering an update video again, I'm going to start putting some streams on here. And I do like playing Battletech, and I'm going to play a hard difficulty and see how well it goes. So, I did a test pilot run, failed miserably. Let's see if I do better this time. Okay, I do have mods. For people who recognize these, they are here. I'm not going to explain all of them because it'll take far too long. But just know that most of the mods just increase the variety of items I have. The ones that could make the game easier are disabled, and the other ones that are disabled just might not work at the moment. It took about a couple hours and a couple days to make sure everything works, and I don't see any noticeable crashes. For those who wish to see the game and don't know the rules, I'll explain briefly in the beginning when we start. Alright, so we'll do career mode. Okay, so for career mode, difficulty is rated in a score multiplier, which I'll have one full point multiplier. Can't go any higher than that. Okay, let's start. When I get a mech, you'll have no weapons equipped, other than my starting ones. Now, parts for mech assemblies, I will get parts throughout the course of the career. I did originally try 8, but that's one too many. I'll never build anything. So I'm going to put 5. Iron Man mode, which is important. So I have one save file, and if I lose a mech, or a pilot, it's death. It's gone. My starting mechs, of course, can be randomized. This is what I'm going to click on because I think it was the biggest deciding factor, one of the big deciding factors of me actually losing. But to offset that, I shall put the enemy force strength to hard. Defense benchmarks, I'll leave that alone. Oh, excuse me. That's the downside. I'm not going to be editing out these small things. Mech destruction. Let's see. That means if center torso is lost, it is a complete wreck. I'll turn that on. Contract payment will be normal. Salvage, and put it to stingy. Let's see. And mech rare progression, I'll leave that alone. And lethality, I'm going to put that on as well. Now rare salvage, I'll leave that alone. So yes, it gone a little bit over. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. Just a little bit over 1 point, but that's how I want to play it. Okay. So it takes 5 parts per salvage to make a mech. When I lose a mech warrior, or they die, and I lose a center torso in a mech, it's a total wreck and cannot be salvaged. So I have no clue how long this series will be. It might be short, it might be long. I do not know. But I'll see how it goes. And I'll probably put other videos in here as well. I have fun of playing roguelikes. And if the game does crash, I'll try my best to edit together like it never happened. Though I've not had a crash yet. Okay, so the basic lore of Battletech is, well, humanity eventually made it to the stars and set up the Star League of the Inner Sphere. People lived happily until they didn't. 300 years passed, and eventually the Star League fell apart into 5, or was it 5, or many factions. 5 main factions and a lot of sub-factions. I'm not going to explain what each faction, that'll take far too long. I'll just play I'll select the Federate Sun's background. Day after my 16th birthday, I was simply struck out on my own. And on your own, you fall into a life of, I'm going to say, pirate. Yeah. Okay, let's set up my parents. Let's choose. Okay, we'll just put the channel name, the main channel name, and put my online handle. And I don't care about the last name. Actually, I probably should put something. I'll just put the same thing. It'll be weird sometimes, but that's fine. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got a few extra portraits. thanks to some mods. You sort of look like me. Yeah, you. Okay, so a brief explanation. My starting stats. Gunnery is pretty much derivative of how good I aim my weapons. And of course, you know, actually it says there, the effective counter to evasion. Piloting is basically my melee hit chance. Yeah, and the ability to resist being knocked over. Tactics is mainly, you know, for your called shot and opportunities for long-range weapons, including indirect fire like missiles. And Guts, well, that's just general maximum health. So it's kind of important in this run. Plus your heat thresholds, which will make more sense later on. The Inner Sphere. War is business and business is hell. Welcome to the Inner Sphere, Commander. You are the mercenary standing on the bridge of your very own Argo. Mobile space station looking forward to a life conflict among the warring factions of humanity. Will you prosper or remember only as yet another thug who couldn't make the cut? Alright. So give me a second, just gonna move this thing here. Give me a second. Can I move this? Yeah, move it over here. Sorry, it's my capture recording is covering up the timeline. Okay. So, first things first. What mechs was I given? I was giving an Enforcer? Oh. Strange choice. A Vindicator, which is a good choice. Good. And 3 medium mechs. Color me surprised they gave me 3 medium mechs. Every other time I tried this, I was only given 2. So yes, there's a lot of mech models in this game, and my mod may have added a couple extras too. So I also got the Phoenix Hawk, which is also an excellent choice. A Firestarter, I'll make it work. And a Commando to offset all the other ones for something light, but however they're fast. Alright, so in terms of mechs, they're spread up into 4 categories. You got light, that's Commando. Medium, like these 3, heavy, which I don't have here, and then assault grade. They're all weighed into tonnage. This Commando is light, very light, at 25 tons. The Firestarter is also light at 35 tons. But after about 35, you usually get the medium grade at about 45 to 50, and sometimes up to 55, and then 60 for heavy, and then assault is more 80 to 100. Now, just because they're all in the same weight class doesn't mean they all have, you know, same weapons. For instance, the Phoenix Hawk has amazing jump jets. That's its sort of go-to. It's going to be flying around the place and shooting things in the back. Where the Enforcer is a bit more grounded. It can jump jet, but not nearly as effectively. So yeah, it does have an autocannon and a large laser. Let's see the armor of these things. I probably need to modify a few things. So the nice thing I like about Battletech and MechWarrior, you can really customize where do you have your weapons. For instance, I don't want the jump jets in the legs, because I'm going to be taking armor off the legs. And when you take armor off a location, you can redistribute it elsewhere. So I can make up to 50 tons. I can run without 50 tons, but why would I? Unless I truly have everything up to armor. Okay, center torso is pretty damn important. Let's buff that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm ignoring. There's also rare armor in this case, in this game as well. As you can see, it's pretty paper thin. But that's the thing. Don't let enemies get behind you. And if they do, try to get your buddy behind them and cause chaos. Okay, this will take 4 days to do. Yes, just modifying stuff takes money and time. Right now I'm giving $1 million a start. That sounds like a lot. That is not a lot. That is really not a lot. Okay, let's look at the Vindicator. The Vindicator, let's see, yep, it has long-range missiles. Plus, I got some heat sinks from the mods. Particle cannon. I don't like particle cannons in this game. To be honest, I don't like them much in general. They generate far too much heat. So I can go to the store. For instance, let's give you an idea of money. So This is a partial part. Remember, I gotta get 5 of these to build a mech for a Cyclops, which is a 90-ton mech. Just one of those I cannot afford. That's 1.1 million, almost 1.2 million. It gives you an idea of how expensive stuff was. Alright, oh shoot, how heavy is a particle cannon again in this game? It is 7 tons. Okay, I'm gonna switch it out for a large laser. Yeah. Generates something less heat and almost the same amount of damage. Just took a bit of starting money.
Weapon systems available.
We'll remove that, because let's see the damage. Yeah, 50 damage. That's 40. But it's almost half the amount of heat. There we go. A bit laggy when I did that, but you see my firepower did go down slightly, but that's acceptable. I'd have 2 extra tons to play with. Let's see. For the meantime, I'm just going to beef up the armor and... I'll probably put larger missiles on later. In this case, I'll leave the jump jets and the legs, and I guess I'll beef up a little bit of that rear armor. So yeah, there's a lot of customization, and of course this is the start of the game, so I gotta do this a bunch to make sure my equipment is ready for battle. Alright, let's get these jump jets here. Alright, Phoenix Hawk's actual legs armor is not important. It could jump jet away, which is a lot more maneuverable than using just your legs to run. Now, for when it comes to Phoenix Hawk, I'm going to put a little bit of armor in the back, because it gets really close to enemies. Fire starter, I'm probably not going to do a whole lot with.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of room for stuff. And it needs the jump jets, and it needs these flamers. You'll understand what the flamethrowers do against a mech more when you get into battle. I'm just going to touch up slightly with some armor. Of course, this won't take any days at all, and it's instantly done in 0 days, because so little has been done. And the commando.
I'll let you know when that's
No, this is just strictly almost all missiles. Okay, I don't want to take off too much armor and legs, because the commando really relies on running around. Yeah, that's all I can accomplish. Could take that off. Nah, I'll leave it be for now. So yes, my staff's now working on the various mechs, and it takes up to 10 days to get them all ready. Now, on top of that timeline, you'll see the financial report. That's me paying for maintenance in the banks. That's going to cost, over here as we see, $200,000. So you can see that, yeah, that money goes away quick. Alright, so that's enough of that. Let's take a look at the warriors I'm given. I got my main person. This person, and unlike the rules specify, cannot actually die, because that'll be game over. The game doesn't allow that for some reason. So I won't be able to fire my guns better, so I'll do that for training. As I can level up my pilots if they survive. Okay, I can crack shot, unremarkable stats. Force, also unremarkable stats. Mothership, which, at least can shoot.
Commander?
And rifle. All of them have unremarkable stats.
Waiting for orders.
Oh dear. Okay. What else? Oh, too much talk in the beginning. Next to go the Argo. Let's advance timeline. Now I do have DLC heavy metal, and that might give me a free mech, which I will gladly take. Oh, there it is. Usually it takes a day. To my knowledge, I'm not sure if this happens again in a run, but I'll take it because chances are I'll need it. What's inside is admittedly random. Let's see. Oh shit, I'm given a quick draw. A heavy grade mech. I won't say it's the best one out there, but Now, having a heavy mech as a double-edged sword right now, because I can't really afford to fix it if it gets damaged. Plus, I got these weapons. That's great and all, but at least it's... No, the snub nose actually might be a good choice. It's 6 tons, and generates a little bit less heat. But the autocannon 10X is pretty decent. It's basically a shotgun. Yes. The quick draw is nice and all. So we'll take a quick look. So the quick draw is basically a tank. It doesn't move very quick though. That's the downside when you get the other mechs. Right now it does some jump jets. And the heavier mech is, the less likely to have jump jets. And less likely to be very efficient. For instance, the Phoenix Hawk can have about 6 of them, and they can jump very far, opposed to the quick draw. It can probably jump a modern distance. But the more you use jump jets, the more heat you build. Next, let's see where I am on the map. Now, people who play the base game would see, oh, you definitely have this modded. Because the base game, the map's about that big. And that's very limited. I didn't like it. So I installed this map, which has the entire inner sphere. And the outer sphere, too. As you can see, the various stars and whatnot. But anyway, starting right here, huh? Alright. Alright. Let's see what jobs I have. Okay. Next, double-edged sword. These difficulty ratings are versus the equipment I have. I can tell you that quick draw is probably fucking with the ratings. So chances are it's probably be a whole difficulty more, like whole skull difficulty. So let's just do. I'm gonna fight for the pirates because I went into the black market early, and being the good side. And let's start. Okay, I'll be versing the Capellan Confederation. Of course, every time I fight for a group, they like me more, and the person I fight against likes me less. Such as nature of relationships. And when I choose a battle, I can choose either to have more salvage points or more payment. So how this works is the salvage. I get to choose one part of salvage, and I'm given 6 randomly. But if it goes down to here, I'm only getting 0 to choose. I'm only getting 3 randomly. And then of course there's payment. So I'm going to keep it in the middle for now. Oh, well, still me. I forgot. I can still do this job later. I have to get my mechs finished to be refitted. So I push that. There, they're all ready. And 10 days have already passed. Okay, let's select the mission again. Okay. So I now get to choose my mechs and pilots going into the mission. Select my main dude. Well, let's actually select the mechs first. Shit. Who should my guy pilot? I think the Enforcer. Yeah, because of all the medium grade tank or medium grade mechs, it's sort of, I guess they're all sort of the same durability. But however, it has the most firepower of the 3. At least now that I modified the Vindicator. Speaking of which, put that on here. So, oh yes, I should also mention, one of my mods have added a maximum tonnage. So that's how many tons I'm allowed to take in a mission. And each mech is showed accordingly. That it's on the base game, and I don't know why they didn't put it in the base game. When it wasn't there, it was easy to abuse. So you can see with these 3, I couldn't even take the quick draw if I wanted. I have to take one of these 2, which will be the fire starter. Okay, okay, here we go. I'll take Crack Shot into the fire starter, as he has the greatest amount of guts and is most likely to survive. I want Mothership, as she is the best shot aside from main character, to ride the Vindicator. And I guess Rifle, this Phoenix Hawk. And that's about the max I could take. So yes. In terms of bars of health, it's about to go away, but you saw the white bar and the orange bar if anyone was paying attention. That white one was armor, and the orange one is structure. Armor you can lose without really caring. As long as it doesn't hit any of the structure underneath, that's what you actually gotta fix. And that's your actual health of your mech. So that's spread across all your parts, your limbs, which could be shot off in the middle of battle. Losing a leg, losing an arm is not a big deal. Losing the center torso is automatic death. And in this case, I'll lose that mech. Alright, let's begin mission. So this game, if in case anyone wants to walk away now, it's a strategy game. I should have mentioned up front. But that makes it the most random, you know, adds for a lot of point of randomness to it. Okay, and an enemy force. Okay, so you can see my force, I can move around there. It's currently my mechs are in sprint mode, which means when they sprint, they won't attack that turn. I could put the normal distance, and this way they'll move and then it will attack. Jump jet, as you can see. I can also get to other areas I couldn't normally walk. But the problem with jumping is I generate heat. This is my heat gauge. As the heat builds, I fire some weapons, such as laser generates lots of heat. This gauge will continue to fill. It'll go down a little bit every turn, and I can turn off weapons if I want to when I go to attack people. But if it crosses the threshold, this little orange bar here, my internals, what keeps my mech together, its overall health, will take damage. So I must balance it. On top of that, I'm in a Badlands biome, which is pretty warm. And now my heat sinks only work 85% of their original value of how much heat they dissipate. So I gotta keep that in mind. So using jump jets and firing your guns generates even more heat. So we can see this is this Phoenix Hawk, and it can go quite a bit distance. Farther than the others. If you use jump jets, I thought the jump jets were better. Okay, well, no matter. I'm also choosing which direction my guys face, because I'm getting these evasion points. That's what these are. As I get shot at, these evasion points make it more difficult to hit me. At least with guns it does. The more of those I have, the more I'll be better off. And little light ones like the Firestarter need as many evasion points as possible. Alright, we've discovered the enemy.
Hostile on sensors.
Every time they shoot at me, I'll lose an evasion point. So I better take out my current enemies quick, because the enemies are about to get reinforcements. They should have nothing but light mechs, given it's a half difficulty mission. Now, my Firestarter is able to move faster than the other ones, since it's after the first turn, but I can also choose to reserve and not have him move. Given that might be a medium-grade mech. It might not be. Oh, there's another enemy. I'm going to again let the reserve. Choose everyone to wait. Let enemies move first.
Acknowledged.
Now, I forgot. Am I able to shoot on the second turn? Let's take correct shot. Let's sprint over here.
Standing by.
I want to sprint in a place where I know I can dodge. Yeah. It's the Firestarter to scout over the enemies. Got a lot of dodge points. Alright, enemies are slightly armed better than I thought. A Locust, which is arguably the worst, one of the worst you can get. It's only a freaking 25 tonner and with no armor. A couple guns though. A Panther, which is basically a moderately armed light mech as well. And the Vindicator, which I already have one, so they're armed a little bit better than I thought they were going to be. Okay, let's begin. I want to take out that Vindicator and Panther first. I can almost ignore the Locust for now, until it tries to get behind me. So you see the enemy has 2 dodge points, and you can see my hit rate on the bottom right corner with my lasers. It's 50%, and if I go back here, you see 70%. because there's a 1 dodge point on that Vindicator and 2 on the Panther. So we'll hit the Vindicator, even though it has more armor. These points represent the armor, these points represent the structure, and they'll turn orange once the armor has been stripped away. As you can see, all the different parts here have various armor values. Okay, we'll select. Oh yeah, we also see me firing my 3 weapons here. Generates that much heat. Of course, my guy misses his large laser. And I'll push the space bar to skip these movements. I'll probably just change out options for next fight. Alright. As you can see, we took away that evasion point after attacking him the first time. And next person attacks him has a much better chance now. Attack the Vindicator again. Yep, structure has been exposed. As we've been hit his shoulder point, which houses a lot of his stuff. Now I've also added a mod that creates panicking in the individual. So the more attacks they take, the more they panic. That's not native to the game, that's a mod. So +1 difficulty for all the units' attacks means the difficulty is like one of these evasion points. Alright, and the Enforcer. I save my attack left for last because I get the best chance to hit now.
Engaging target.
There, his bottomless weapon's on the verge of being destroyed now. They're here already? I was kind of hoping they'll take a bit longer. Oh god. Okay, it's 2 of them? Okay, I can sort of recognize it. It's 2 light mechs. I think they're spiders. I'll explain more of if it's to get closer. That's not the end of the world. I was worried I'd have to fight like more medium-grade mechs. If you hear a dog in the background, just ignore it. Because I don't live alone, and sometimes things are in the background are noisy.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
They are a different group. It's not the Compellin. So I wonder if they're even friends of the current one I'm fighting. Okay.
I await your command.
Now the Firestarter is a bit of a funny mech. I gotta be careful with it. Because I can't get in melee range. Light mechs kind of gotta keep their distance, because you can take a melee attack and that ignores all. In fact, I'll just show it because I can just detect its locust. As you can notice, I can go for melee, which is a 75% chance, but all my other weapons are still game. I still get dodge points too, or evasion points. You can see it ignores guard and everything else. And that thing's made of paper mache, so it's like super thin. Bathed the machine gun and frickin' everything else. No, a javelin. That's part of the original group. I didn't even notice it back there. That could be problematic. Yeah, it's the other group. My mods added a lot of groups out there. I have no clue if they're actually a hostile force to both forces, or it's just me. Of course, that locust now hightailing it out of there, because you can see it has almost no armor left, and it's been harmed greatly. Just by 1 attack. Okay, so I'll at least show what happened to that locust.
Can you hear me?
It lost an entire arm and torso region that housed probably this short-range missile. So yeah, it's not doing too hot. And on top of that, my flamers on the Firestarter generate heat on it. So that's more heat that that has to deal with it, even though it can fire its weapons. The new one that appeared, a javelin, is a light mech. It's sometimes equipped with heavy weapons, which in this case it's short-range missile tier 6, which means fire 6 of them, totaling a 12. The equivalent of this Locust here only fired 4 of those plus a laser. But still, it's not heavily armored. It's a light mech. So you can see the armor point difference. I have 424 armor points versus his 160 because it's not fully armored at the moment. It's because it's an easy mission. So I'm not too terribly worried. Now, their Vindicator hasn't moved yet. It's going to move, I'm assuming. Yep. As turn dictates, as you can see. As initiative start 5, that's the quickest units. A lot of things don't move in that turn. You have to be like a good pilot and a light mech to move first on 5. 4 is where a lot of the light mechs freaking start. That's most of their team. And here's 3 for medium grade mechs generally sit. You can see even theirs, I get to move once, and they'll move as well. I could choose any of these 3 to move, but we take turns back and forth. So the Vindicator will move next. So I'll take my heaviest unit, my Enforcer, and shoot at him and see if I can take off anything. Because he's about to lose a torso region or a leg. And if you lose both legs, the mech will no longer be able to fight in the battle. I'm not sure if a pilot will die, but the mech could be salvaged. Damn, I missed. He's stressed, so he'll have a hard time hitting someone. He's probably going to amp for the Phoenix Hawk, if I had to guess. Yep, called it. And he grazed it. He did hit me with that particle cannon of his, yeah. Which fortunately makes sensors impaired, so it's like EMP effect. So I get +1 difficulty for all attacks with the Phoenix Hawk, which is annoying.
I hear ya.
The Vindicator took a hit? I didn't even realize. Shit. When did that happen? Was there any armor? Did I strip the armor on that head accidentally? Shit, I didn't even notice that. If a mech loses its head, that's where your pilot sits. So, needless to say, if you lose a head, the mech will be able to live, but your pilot won't. I'm gonna jump jet over here.
Engaging jump jet.
Did I? No, I took a hit. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna do a precision strike. So as I fight in battle, I get better resolve. As I get my resolve as turn passes, I can do a precision strike. So I'll do that, which increases my overall hit chance, as you see. And I get to call out an area to fire. I'm gonna try and take out this torso, and I get 29% chance to hit, or I could aim for the other. Yeah, I'll aim for that. There we go. Took off the arm. Pilot took 1 injury.
Good.
And now all he has is a particle cannon. And that Vindicator is basically being torn apart.
What can I do for you?
Okay, I'm gonna go for a melee strike with the Phoenix Hawk, because my guns and EMP has been in effect.
Coordinates received.
So he's panicked now. So panic is a very dire condition now for a pilot. He's extremely stressed. Oh, fire point blank, why not? Alright, so I think I'm done explaining, so I'll just play now and stop explaining stuff. Oh! So yes, those guys are not with the Compellant, they're the rogue third group. Alright, now as I will explain, guys. It's a spider. I'm surprised I didn't get this to start with. Almost every other time I did, I got a freaking spider. They're better than a locust, but only slightly. It's basically that one of those locusts, but the ability to jump jet all over the place. Very much like the Phoenix Hawk and others. Okay.
Commander?
I'm gonna go for another melee attack on the locust. Its back has been shown to me. I know that javelin can't travel far enough. Oh. That's basically all its weapons. Oh, and the center torso is destroyed. That one's down.
well, Secret.
Yeah, you kept me in the back, but it's kind of a hard time. Yeah, hit me a little bit, but basically nothing. So it's 2 spiders, which isn't a very big threat. I'm more interested in fighting that javelin, which I'll let them. I don't care. I'll have to destroy them, but I'd rather destroy these 2 first. Okay. We're getting real close combat now. So let's see what I hit. Oh, that was Central Torso. Getting Vindicators down. That leaves their Javelin and that Panther. Okay, let me just make things fast for everyone here. Let's go to settings. Gameplay, let's speed up combat. Yes. Yeah. Make it faster for everyone watching. Okay. I'm hesitant to get close with the Vindicator. Yeah. Land here. You know, it'll generate a lot of heat. See, it's slowly building and becoming a problem. I keep jump jetting around. You know, still managed to hit something.
Taking the shot.
That's the arm with that particle cannon, isn't it? Yep.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Yeah. There we go, that's a lot faster.
Moving out. Got it.
Fair amount of damage. Sure enough, that Panther's now backing off. Attacking the weakest unit I got, no, it's Enforcer with something. That was a fire starter.
Damage minimal.
I'm here.
Now, I'm not fearing a freaking Panther unit very much. Its melee attacks aren't nearly as strong. So we'll just go point blank with the flamers and the machine guns. He just tore up that whole arm. And you can see his heat is now at an acceptable level and he's taking internal damage. So that's the freaking benefit of the fire starter.
Warning. Armor low.
It said armor is low, and getting there. That's for my couple of components. So right this turn, I don't have to fear what the Panther's going to do next turn. It's because it can't even fire its weapons right now. It's burning hot. Yeah, so it's overheating. The structure is taking structure damage each turn while overheating, so it's going to want to try and deal with that heat. But you're not really doing anything. So, crippled, if you will. So the nice thing is, for these weapons, you can see I'll have all nice hit chance up for my long-range missiles. So since they don't have a good hit chance, I can turn it off. And I lose heat. Since I don't firing a weapon that generates heat, my heat sinks, take a bit of heat away. Of course, my pilot still whiffs the shot and barely hits him. Let's start dealing with that, yeah, let's start dealing with that javelin.
Engaging jump jets. All weapons committed.
Yeah, its leg's almost direct. When the thing loses a leg, it's more difficult to move around.
Good to go.
So basically it's like tank warfare, if you will.
Betcha.
Make sure you can always hit the enemy who can't hit you back, and always try to get behind them. And that's their Panther destroyed.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
Oop. I lost a heat sink. Even a little mech like that could still be a
Damage
threat.
critical.
Yep, got to the armor. Imagine hit the same place twice. What are the chances?
I'm receiving you.
Okay, I get to my light mech to fire.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Should be able to get rid of that freaking javelin turn.
flamer's empty.
Oh, and that third party's now shooting at me. So now it's my problem.
I'm here. Location confirmed.
Okay, that guy's not doing so great now.
Reporting critical hit. What can I do for you?
This angle, enemies don't have a direct firing line to me. So I want the spiders to come a
Moving
bit
out.
closer. They're already hard to hit because of their evasion. Not that one so much, he stood still. But that one will be hard to hit. There we go. Javelins no more.
Oh,
Just a third party.
And stay down.
Okay, the precision shot on this one here is not really moving. I'm gonna aim for his gut. Hopefully I hit it. Yep, I did. That's how little armor is on those spiders. That a gut shot with two heavy weapons is enough to kill it in one hit.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright. The best thing for me to do here is to overwhelm it as much as possible. My flamers are now out of ammo. It doesn't matter. I mainly just want the fire starter to jump jetting like that distance and fire my weapons. You can see I generate a lot of heat, but it doesn't matter. This guy won't last long.
Engaging target.
Reading you.
Actually, I want rifle to do the next shot. The fire starters
Good to
are
go.
starting to overheat.
On my way.
Yep, basically whiffed all the shots. So I'm saving my heaviest weapons for last.
Yes, Commander.
I could do probably 2 precision shots. Yep, I can.
Move order received.
Aim for the gut. I was losing armor, but
critical hit.
I'm gonna try for another precision shot and see if we can get the gut again. Nope. Basically everything else. He has almost no weapons now, though.
Enemy mech critical damage detected.
I'm ready. Yes, Commander.
Okay, if I just move normally, I can fire his weapons. So I'll move right there. Yep.
I'm walking here.
There we go, that was enough to finish him off. First mission success, didn't lose anything serious other than heatsink.
That's a kill.
But imagine if these were 2 medium mechs, well this would have been this kind of different turnout. It could have took serious damage or even a loss, a death. Alright. So I get success, and if I do additional objectives and missions, I may get additional payment. Like seeing my reputation's been affected, 2 points for the pirates, negative 2 points for the Confederation. I got to look into the Vindicator's head armor. Otherwise, the only thing that took really real damage was the Enforcer in that torso region there. I lost a heat sink. But it's something I can replace. So no, I was outnumbered. There were 6 mechs. Now I get to choose one part of salvage. I could take a heat sink, but nah. And just a lot of jump jets. Yep, and ammo. Excuse me. So the most valuable stuff's always on the top. When it comes to mech salvage, it's not really organized. So if I had to choose a part, I don't really want spiders, a panther, or a locust, or javelin. I'll take the Vindicator part. And now they'll assign me 6 random parts. They gave me a locust part anyway. I got that snub-nosed PPC, a machine gun, and jump jets. And I could choose to sell those items individually or put them on my MX. Alright, but now I gotta fix some stuff. But yes, this is the nature of what the game is like. Oh. Ooh, yeah, this is one of the mods, yes. The Solaris 7th Season, which is basically gladiatorial combat. Am I able to purchase a license? Yep. Good, because last time I did my pilot run, by the time it actually appeared, I didn't have enough money to purchase one. Oh, yeah, this is what's going to get. Let's see. How much is for a license? Oh, yes, we won't be able to participate because it's too early. That's a mod, people. So it's just activating a little too quickly. Alright, I also added a mod which makes my guys fatigued after a battle. Makes sense. After fighting for their lives and for money, people don't really want to do it again right away. So they want a week off. Well, should people really get a week off or do not? I'm not sure. That's something for you to consider. But regardless, it means I can't do missions back to back unless I have a lot of pilots. Okay, so the Enforcer got damaged, so I gotta select refit. And I gotta replace this heatsink. Oh, do I even have any storage? No, I do not. I go buy some. Oh dear, we don't have any. The market here doesn't have heatsinks for sale. Okay, so I was gonna take that off and just select repair. And I gotta make do without. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, let me see if we can offset this. Do you guys have any medium lasers for sale? No? No medium lasers. I need to go to a different region. Let's build up the armor, I guess. For lack of other options. Give that rear armor some attention. Okay, let's check the... No, there was head armor, so the enemy just got a lucky shot on the Vindicator last match. Look, it doesn't take very long to fix either. Your head armor is naturally one of the weakest points aside from back armor.
Shouldn't be too hard.
And if you can get a good headshot, it's a really good way to drop any mech, especially assault grade mechs, quick. But of course hitting head is the lowest chance. Okay, do you guys get any experience? Oh, that's right, everyone's worn out, so they don't want to do training. But yes, I got enough experience to do shit. Alright. So now, let's see, just advance timeline. The work is done. That's great and all. But these guys aren't ready. Oh, that's right.
Done, Commander.
Mind you, I do have that quick draw, the big heavy one, but it does have weapons. Okay, good. Ugh. Oh god. What's up with the armor and what at half capacity and everything? This will not do. I'm gonna get rid of its short-range missiles. Because those are always such a wild card to use. They're good and powerful and all, but they're always a little random. Let's put these here. Okay, I need some armor on that gut. There we go. Let's get those armor on those arms too. And bump it up a little bit there. Try and do everything equally. Okay, so I got a little bit left. I need this thing to ever take a punch. If it can't take a punch in battle, that doesn't make a very good heavy mech. Yeah. And that rare armor. There we go. So loses a point of firepower, but durability goes up, and that's a lot of armor. Still kept all those jump jets, and I might keep them, I might not. We'll see. So as a reminder, this thing can be expensive to fix if it gets damaged, so I gotta be careful with it in terms of where I take it.
I'll get it in the schedule.
If I take it on a heavier mission, I might be able to fight off another heavy mech, but I can't fight off a group of heavy mech and some light mechs. Then I'm in trouble. Next, let's go to the hiring hall. Okay, I got some people that are I could hire, but I need to be more experienced, and I got some low-end people. The more people I hire on and the more mechs I get, the more I gotta pay per month. As you noticed, since I got the heavy mech, I gotta pay 20 grand more per month. Well, actually, you're not a bad pilot. You got 3 in these categories that's starting off. Sorry, that person. Because people get hurt. If people take injuries, take days, so I need backup pilots. Yeah, one will do. Next thing, that big ship I'm in. It's currently a junker. We need to fix it. So, let's get these, yes, the power system's fixed. That allows me for better upgrades, such as other mech bays, faster repair times, etc. Or recreational rooms to help morale. That's another thing, morale. Right now it's steady at 28 points. This affects that that inspiration, those called shots I did in the previous mission. The lower this is, the longer it takes for that gauge to fill up. And this can be affected by random events that'll happen, or even my pay. I could choose to be stingy with everyone's pay, and that affects morale. And it's telling me about the flashpoints. That's part of the base game, so that's where 2 factions are duking out in heavy combat, and I can get multiple missions, but they're back to back to back. Alright. But you know what? I think that's good enough for the first episode. So, people know what, people don't know what this is, got a taste of it. Is this the base game? No, it's some mods attached, but I'll remind you that most of my mods just add various stuff to the game. Not really changing the game itself. For instance, these ATMs, they're part of a mod. They aren't base game. The Coil S, I believe that's, yeah, it's Clan Tech, so that's part of another, hold up, is that string right? Yeah, there we go. It was trying this again. But the Coil S, it might be from a mod. I added the DLC, and I'm still trying to familiarize myself. These MML, I believe, are part of a mod. Let's see, anything else? That's all for here, anyway. Otherwise, I'll try and get some heavier mechs, but it's going to be slow going, so I gotta hold what I have dearly, because even getting another medium-grade mech, this Blackjack, which I personally like, it's $500,000 just to get one part. So that's a lot of money. You need to say just sitting here costs money. And I'll show you. Just traveling costs money and time. So this is a financing game. Sorry, it's not a mech base game. That's a side job. Your main job is financing. It's a joke I always make for this series. Alright, but as you also noticed, I got 1,200 days in this career. I am limited, and I get a score. And a lot of things affect that score. And we'll see how well I do if I make it to the end. My pilot run, I did not make it to the end until I ran out of money, because I lost most of my mechs. And I'll try not to do that, simply put. Anyway, I'm going to put out these episodes. I don't have a schedule for these. Then I don't think I have a schedule for anything anymore. But we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care out there.